Good evening, ladies, gentlemen, people. Today we're looking at creating a droplet on DigitalOcean, which is basically a Linux server sitting out there in a cloud, really in a data center somewhere in a rack, and it's probably split into about a couple hundred at least or something, different servers, one big physical server chopped up, some way, somehow, how they do. But we're going to pretend that it is what it's supposed to mimic, and that's a plain old Linux server instead of, I don't even know what AWS has. AWS services. I can't remember the name of any of them. There's so many cloud products. Compute storage database. Under these are like a million options. But if you just are getting started, you want to. There's the EC2. That's, I believe, like the. Wow, there's a lot of them. But that's just like a droplet. So let's get into it. And if you like the content, don't forget to hit the like button, little thumbs up, and subscribe. Subscribe. Enough for this. I mean the AWS stuff, but as you can see, it's just on and on and on and on and on. Containers, database, and DigitalOcean has a whole bunch of apps and whatnot too. But I find it just a nice, easy spot to set up a server, a simple server. I need to duck under here. Something like that. That's good enough. Edge. There we go. Alright, so I have a few projects in here. This one's empty as I just created it. But I'm logged into DigitalOcean. You're going to have to figure out how to create your own account. It's not that hard. Just like anything else. A couple clicks, you have an account. So once you get in here, like I said, they got all kinds of stuff on the side here now too. Kubernetes is cool. We'll get into that later. But for now, let's stick to a simple Ubuntu 24.04 Linux server. So create up there. See? Droplets. I can't help it, but just to look at a few of these, like I said, there's Kubernetes, which is how I think Google created it. So I don't even know. I can't remember what they created it from. They have an internal project that they created all that stuff from. Kubernetes, I think it's called orchestration still. It orchestrates your containers, which can get, well, I mean, they're ephemeral. They're designed to go up and down as needed. And Kubernetes handles all that, orchestrates all of that for you. And it easily lets you deploy to many different clusters. A Kubernetes, one single unit, I guess, of a Kubernetes installation is a cluster, and if I'm not mistaken, it's at least three containers, which handles load balancing. I don't know what it's called, but load balancing, kind of not round robin. I don't think it works like that, but it decides which container is going to serve which request. And then if you scale back out, it can be, Kubernetes in different data centers around the country, around the globe, and Kubernetes will orchestrate all that nice stuff for you of serving it closer to the customer or shit like that. Okay, so depending on where you are in the world setting up your droplet, for me it makes sense to choose Toronto. I'm not sure exactly. There's a couple data centers in Toronto, but the main one is 151 Front Street, and I think there's another one up in the northern part of the GTA. I can't remember exactly where. Maybe around Vaughan, something like that. You don't care? Maybe you do. It's interesting stuff. Not it doesn't hurt to know where data centers are. They say all routes go through some little town in like Maine or something. I can't remember, but a lot of the internet goes through there, and that's where the big gubs are, gov offices. All right, enough of that. So you can pick any number of Linux just distributions here, and that's how I'm getting into the marketplace, whatever that is. The custom images, I'm assuming you can upload. I like Ubuntu. Any of these are fine, really. I stick to Ubuntu because it's just habit, and it's what I teach, and it is in the beginning what all the tutorials were anyway, so much easier to just stick with the pack than not in a lot of cases. Be your own person. Do you. How's that? You do you. Yeah, we're gonna take a very low powered. I'm just gonna delete this anyway. So you're gonna see the IP and all that, and by the time you see that, this droplet will be gone. So basic regular disk type SSD. Look at that, $6. You can go for a premium Intel. You probably won't notice if you're just running like a Nginx server and database or whatever. I'll leave it up to you to decide how much cash surely you want to spend. Just go with the basics, the cheapest possible for as long as you can. The big host name, we're going to call it tutorial. Tutorial too long, too talky. Tags, this is all for organization within, well, except for the host name, but the tags are for organizing your droplets and all your other resources within these projects. They're not mission critical here for our server. We're going to create a new SSH key. Let's bring Windows 11 up. Terminal. Ubuntu terminal. It's a lot of updates. SSH. So we're going to want to generate it. Let's go back here. See what happens. SSH key gen. Yeah, it's an RSA. Just gonna skip the passphrase for now instead of getting. If we put a passphrase in, nothing's wrong with that actually. We probably should have, but I like to use the SSH agent. This is breaking down on me here. What am I doing? I'm going to juice up a Copilot and get him to explain, or him or her, whatever it may be, explain what is replacing SSH RSA keys. It's ED something 15, I can't remember. 25519. SSH RSA keys are being increasingly replaced by EDDSA ED25519 keys. This shift is due to the enhanced security and performance that EDDSA blah 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 offers compared to RSA. ED keys ED with the whatever curve is particularly favored. I have no idea what that means, because it provides strong security with shorter key lengths, making it both faster and more efficient. Interesting. Okay. I probably couldn't have explained that. I would have just said they're more secure. Newer, more secure, better. What's going on? We gotta accept, continue. Yes. Okay. How do I generate an EDD? Oh, yeah. Key. See that? Run the following command. All the prompts. Your key pair will be generated. Here's an example. Cool. So we're going to paste that in. Actually, verbatim. And we're going to accept that default. And for simplicity, I'm not putting passphrase in. Right now, we go to, there it is. The path is right there. Home jones.ssh id ed whatever. If we cat that file, we have this, which we should be able to. And there's a we're not going to cat it, but well, why not? This is all going in the bin afterwards anyway. Oops. And that's what the private key looks like. You never want to show this. You never want to share it. That's why there's a public key. So it'll match up. The public key will match up with this after it does the SSH connection. Daemon client does its exchange. Anyway, let's go back to there. Paste that in. Call this example. An example is checked. Create droplet. It's creating. Too long, too talky, too sloppy. It's created. There is the IP. We have Ubuntu 24.04. Copy the IP. If we shimmy back over to our Windows 11 machine here, clear that, and if we SSH what is the user? It's a good question. Is it Jones? We're gonna say yes to that, and it is not Jones, of course. Could be Russell, could be root. It's probably root. It is root. So we now have a blank Ubuntu 24.04 server and a very long tutorial. So for that, on that note, I'm going to cut it up into next, I guess, set up a firewall, and install, this is going to be a web server, all-around server, like let's say LAMP stack, or LAMP, I believe, LEMP. Alright, so this is pretty dangerous, this server right here, like sitting here, no protection. Somebody can come raw dog it. So, as I said, this is going down. And I'm going to delete it. I'll create create a new one for the next one, for the next tutorial. But until then, smell you later. Don't forget to like and subscribe, share, whatever. Say hi to me on Twitter, Discord, wherever. See you later.